Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniX DBS, and today we're going to be doing the archetype breakdown of the Demon Realm Army, or the Dark Empire, depending on how you want to put it. Actually, you know what? I think at this point they're not the Dark Empire. My hero's lore is a little rusty. That being said, this is going to be the video where we kind of make a skeleton deck list, talk about some of the interactions and choices, my general thoughts on the deck, go into untap, show you guys a couple reps to show you guys what it's about, and yeah, that's pretty much that. Now, going into this, I do want to say I'm very, very thankful of the support. You guys have shown a superb amount of support over the past week for just all the videos. Yeah, this set doesn't necessarily have the most exciting archetypes, but the actual, so far, the cards they're releasing are not bad. They're better constructed than a lot of the cards we've seen pound for pound in the past couple sets. So I'm very excited to kind of see where this set goes, and I'm even more excited to make content for you guys. With that being said, if you guys like the content, thank you. And, you know, just even more thanks if you guys press that subscribe button, the notification button, comment, like the video, help it trend, and we will keep going up in the Universe X, you know, just general hierarchy, man. Like, we just passed 1,700 subscribers not too long ago, earlier this week, and hopefully we'll get to 1,800 before we know it, because the road to 2K is still going strong. So, with that out of the way, just want to give the normal plugs. If you haven't already, hit up the official Facebook group for this game. That's where we get all these official spoilers and announcements. You've also got the unofficial discussion group, the unofficial Reddit. You've got the Universe X Discord, the Universe X Facebook page. If you want to look at the cool metal cards that the homie Chris makes in TCGMetalZ, you've got stuff like this. These are cool collector's pieces. Not official, but they flare up any time that you want to put it on the table. Like, they just really just make your game look a little heat. And they're also just like, you know, thick, they're metal. And if you find something, and it's not actually if, it's when you find something you like on his site, which is in the description, you can use the code UNIX to get 10% off your entire order. Past that, your boy has his own TCGPlayer site, always sorting through bulk in order to make sure that I have more cards to put up on there. And then the last part is that if you like seeing me in other places, I've got UniX DB where I play Dragon Ball games. I got UniX Gacha where I play any Gacha related games that are anime. I'm actually about to record my first Master Duel video and just put it up on UniX Gacha. So if you were in that poll, you can go down in the description and just kind of click on UniX Gacha, hopefully in the next like 24 hours, and find that video. So let's actually go over to the the DBS Deck Planet view and talk about the deck and just some of the cards in it. So here you can see the whole view out here. You've got the Towa. The important things to know about the Towa are that, you know, when she swings, she gets to make a token. She does not draw on her front side. And while that is scary, that hasn't necessarily stopped a deck from being a thing yet. Then you've got her Awaken when she's at 3 or less life, which is also pretty scary in black. Or you have a 3-cost Unison. You can flip over, untap 2, and play a token. Then on her front side, you've got Demon God, or her backside, Demon God Towa. When she swings, you draw 1 card and you can play 1 token. And then once per turn, you can discard a card from your hand, draw or play 2 Demon Realm guys in rest mode. And then once per turn, you can just Spirit Boost 1 to, let's see. This is, I just had to read that one more time. You have to choose a Unison card with specified cost of 3. And yeah, you can give it double strike and plus 10k. This is an activate battle, so it's like Champa. You know, once you swing, you can just play it, and that's actually a really huge thing. Next, we've got 4 of the Demon God preparing to fight, because when she comes into play, you can draw a card, or you can make a token. And then you can also remove a token from the game to play vanilla, but that's not really at play here. There's another kind of route you can play with this deck that's going to be all skillless, but we don't really do it. That's important just because floating cards are just very important in decks, especially when the deck doesn't really draw that much. We've got Finn preparing to fight. Add 1 card from your life to your hand. When this card attacks, you play a Demon Realm Soldier token and it gets plus 10,000. Very important because this also floats. You play it, you swing, you do this. It puts you in range for the support of the Dark Empires and your super combos. As of now, we're playing SS Vegeta the Prince Strikes Back because I'm not quite sure where this super combo lies. Like, we can play the super combo that's going to have you draw when you have things in warp. We could probably play the sparking one, but it's kind of really rough. You'll see how this game goes. There's never like a time where you specifically have a lot of sparking. Your warp can be set up maybe 2 turns in, but that's kind of like fairy tale land. It's kind of weird, not gonna front. Now, some of the most important cards of the deck, you've got Demon God Salsa, Imperial Warrior. This is the dude that, both him and Shroom in this form, they can be played for 1 black energy if you have a 1 or more tokens in your battle area. When this guy swings, he's going to be able to add up to 1 black android card, demon realm card, or black unison card with specified cost of 3 amongst their hand. So that's actually kind of amazing. Then you've got Shroom. Now Shroom is going to be able to swing, and he's got critical, but you can Spirit Boost 1, and you can choose one of your skills battle cards removed from the game, which includes your tokens. And when this card attacks, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost of 4 or less, ignoring barrier, and add it to your owner's warp, or the owner's warp. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You can get rid of things like drums and weird stuff, but he's also just a 1-cost critical 15k that you can put out as early as turn 1, depending on if you're going second. Next, you got, of course, everybody saw this coming, Putine Umbral Might. You guys should already know what this does, but Dark Overwhelm 3 for 1. When she's played, you play a token, and then once per turn, activate battle, once per turn, choose up to 1 of your Demon Realm Soldier tokens removed from the game, draw up to 1 card, and then switch this card to active mode. It gets plus 10,000 power. Very important. Next, you've got the boss card of the deck, Demon God Furious Onslaught, or Demon God Towa Furious Onslaught. This card is going to have Deflect, Double Strike, and you can play it on 3 energy, but it costs 2, so it can be synergized very well with your Awakening turn if you're willing to tap out. But also for 2, well, you can choose 2 of your skills battle cards removed from the game, draw 1 card, and switch this card. So it effectively gets double, you know what I mean? Let's see, it gets double or dual attack if you use that effect. Right now, I'm running Supreme Kai of Time, Space Time Unraveler. To be honest, it could be Pan. You know what? In fact, it's gonna be Pan. I'm going to switch it to Pan. Like, the warping of the entire board is cool, but Pan is going to stop me from getting absolutely butt blasted because this deck lacks defense terribly. So, you know what? It's just going to be Pan. I'm sorry. But then you've got the Unison. This Unison is pretty cracked. It's just a little late. But yeah, at the start of your turn, choose up to 1, or your opponent's turn, choose up to 1 of your skills battle cards, gains blocker for the turn. Activate, it has 2+1s, no minus, but activate main, play up to 2 Demon Realm Soldier tokens, and then it has another activate main, remove 1 of your skills battle cards from the game, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards into the owner's warp. It's pretty cool. Next, we've got Protector of the People. I have it at 3 because not only is it going to fuel your overall plays when you discard cards, but it's going to help you against matches like U7 Goku as well as Gogeta Zeno. And since this deck doesn't really keep a big hand, I want to have as many cards that can ease me comboing as possible. And if you Protector of the People, you really only need to protect yourself like once. Like a Protector of the People plus Support of the Dark Empire will generally put you, like, if you, yes, Protector of the People, negate 1 attack, that's 1 attack. Opposing Dark Empire, that's 2 attacks, puts you up 5k. The block, if they don't get rid of it, puts you up 10k, and that's 3 attacks hopefully that are gone, 2 to 3 attacks that are gone. But you're also now going to be at 15, or you're going to be at base, 25k. And if they decide to swing again, you're at base 30k, and at that point, it's just not really worth it unless they have like Omega combo power. 3 Support of the Dark Empire is going to make you a token, and it's going to stop an attack, make a block, or keep it for later. 3 Invasion of the Dark Empires. It's kind of like a IR. You get 10k and you make 2 tokens. Then you have the Realm of the Gods, Crimson Hero Strike. I run 4 of these because 1, screw Sin Shenron, but 2, this deck is going to need a bunch of spot removal because it doesn't play, you need to get rid of your opponent's bombs as soon as possible. But the most important part is the mill 3, because the mill 3 immediately sets you up for Putine. So with this kind of deck being the way it is, I actually run 4 because if I open up this in Putine, going first or going second, I know that I can at least establish Putine as early as possible. Then you've got Lightning Sentence. This card, you can just pay 1, activate battle, and remove 1 of your skills battle cards from the game. Choose up to 1 of your battle cards, gains 10,000 power. Additionally, if you use a skill to remove a token from the game, draw 1 card. So it's just like essentially a super combo for 1. But if you do mill it and you warp it, you can pay 1 energy to get a token. And you put this to your drop area, and that'll help set up for your other overall plays with Putine. So this is kind of the mix. We're gonna go over to untap after I switch over Kai for Pan, and then we're gonna see how it works there. All right, so we're here right now. We're gonna first roll the die. I get 7, my opponent gets 17, so we're going second. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but let's see what we draw. What we really wanna get, we wanna keep the Protector of the People because this deck desperately needs defense. Finn Preparing to Fight is a pretty good card to keep. No guarantee on using the super combo soon. We want to see a Realm of the Gods and a Putine. Oh, the Unison, I forgot about that. Unison's pretty fun as well. All right, so this isn't exactly what we want, but this is not bad. So we're gonna play this. Our opponent gets to play, we get to draw for turn, right? And it's a Unison. This is kind of a tough charge, only because you don't know exactly what you want to have. We're gonna be able to make 2 tokens here, and we don't want to necessarily play yet. So we swing here with the leader for 10k, and this is like a mid hand for this deck in my opinion, just kind of a mid hand. We make a token and we pass. All right, now if my opponent swings at me the first time they swing, because we want to get this off without a hitch, we want to be able to play Putine, we're going to play Realm of the Gods, Crimson Hero Strike, right? And his ability is going to draw a card and then up to 3 cards. So we're going to draw, and it's Putine. We're lit, boys. We are set. And then after drawing, what we're going to do is put the top 2. It's important to only do 2 into the drop area. All right, cool. We got 2 black battle cards, nothing too popular there. And then this goes to the graveyard, making our Dark Overrealm live. The next thing that's gonna happen is, you know, we're gonna draw for turn, and we get a lightning sentence. That can definitely be charged right away. Do not mind that. And afterwards, we're going to tap this to Dark Overrealm the Putine in. My cats are running circles around my feet. I'm sorry, guys. So we're gonna Dark Overrealm the Putine. She's gonna make another token, right? And so now we've got 2 tokens. At this point, we can do our normal amounts of like pressure. We're gonna swing, we're gonna make a token. After making a token, you know, you can swing with Putine. When you swing, you can kill one of these tokens, draw a card. Perfect, this is what we want. Untap this, and yeah, we can choose to swing if we want to or not, or we can save the swing. We might not want to put Putine in rest mode quite yet, but you know, it really depends on how you feel. Like if you think you've got the pressure, you've got the pressure, but we can play this, we can tap that, and we can swing for this, peep the top 5, and we just look for what we want. Now, we could get a Shroom. That'd be cool. We could go another Putine, because these guys are definitely pressure monsters. You know what? I'm just going to go for another Putine, because we're kind of set up for it at this point. I think so. Yeah, we'll go for another Putine right there. And then we'll just shuffle the deck and put this in hand. So we can swing again for Putine because we have the ability to do more with her next turn, and we can wait. Now my opponent can swing on Salsa. That would be very unfortunate, but it's the easy swing. You don't want to give me more cards for Awakening, so it is the easy swing. And Activate Battle, we can attempt to put her out of range by killing another token, drawing a card, and then doing that. Of course, you know, Salsa's probably dying. We can't stop that. That's not bad. This turn though, we untap. We don't really need Finn at this point. We can keep our life the way it is. They still have to kind of damage us at some point, but we have to choose what we're charging. And at this point, I think it just has to be the second Unison. There's 2 more in the deck. And then we have to just play it. 1, 2, 3 for the Unison. Unison is going to be 3 counters, and then we can decide what we're gonna do here. At this point, we're gonna awaken our leader, and the leader is going to flip over 2 energy, play a Demon Realm token. The Demon Realm token is very important here because it goes hand in hand with the Unison's play. So we're gonna play that. We're gonna open up 1. We're gonna open up 2, right? And then from here, it kind of gets a little nice. After doing that, we have 1 engrave. We need to desperately kind of do some stuff. We're gonna +1, and we're going to get rid of a token, and we are going to draw a card and remove 1 of their cards. Not really sure how I felt about that one. That's not the best, but we're going to save some of this stuff. Oh yeah, we need to flip over. Yeah, right. So next, you know, swing with leader. Depending on the color, you know, this could be bad sequencing. It really depends on what's going on. That's where it's kind of color dependent. This is the turn where we'd have to probably fear of Secret Identity if this deck becomes popular enough, but we get to draw another card and play a Demon Realm token. This is actually very important right now. This is actually very, very good, because now what we can do is activate, after swinging, we can activate my once per turn, discard 1 card from my hand, and get 2 Demon Realm tokens in rest mode. So we're going to discard Lightning Sentence, which has Graveyard Synergy, and we're going to make 2 of these in rest mode. And after doing 2 of these in rest mode, we want to get rid of the applicable ones. So hitting that is pretty tight. We're going to swing with this Putine and we're going to kill a token, and then we're going to activate her ability, do this, untap, she's up. After hitting that, I think what I could do if I really wanted to force it is put one of these up to no, that's a 25. Okay, yeah, we want to save that. So we'll swing with our Unison now and we'll combo a Shroom, right? After comboing the Shroom, he goes up to 25, and now we can officially tap that to Dark Overwhelm the other Putine. There's no limit kind of once on that thing, so we're gonna Dark Overwhelm that. And after Dark Overwhelming that, we're able to swing with this Putine, kill this tap token, untap, draw one, and by the way, we have another token because she was played. And this is kind of like how the offense of this deck works. It's not necessarily spectacular, but then again, I don't think I've cracked the code. I think I've just like started to touch upon it. But we can get 2 more 25k swings. Oh no, for the battle, I see. So we're character mode. So we get 2 more 15k swings. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swings out this turn. We have 3 tokens. Where we are at in the game right now, if they want to kind of get froggy, we can always play things like this. And where we want to drop is probably the hardest part, because this is where the game this deck kind of has issues. Since you don't go down on life and you don't have a lot of cards that work on life, like right now the Sparking Super combo would be the best. Protect of the People will keep my life intact, but it won't necessarily keep these intact, but it does bait some interesting interactions. Like for instance, we can keep that in hand because we want it. We don't need to play Putine necessarily right now, so we can drop the Revival of the Gods or Realm of the Gods, and then, you know, when they try to swing again, they are likely going to swing on something else. If they swing on the Unison, that's going to be rough. Swinging on the Unison is kind of the worst case scenario because I don't get any of my activate battles, and that's the glaring hole here. That being said though, if you swing on my Unison, yeah, you don't get rid of the Putines, but you also don't get rid of the Putines. So you might end up, there's arguable cases for swinging on the Unison or swinging on my Putines. Because you can clear my Unison right now, and then that's 4 counters on a 20k. That's a lot. Like, you don't necessarily want to invest there, but look at my hand. My hand is so weak. If you swing on anything but the Putine, we can instantaneously just Pot of Greed on your turn. And that's kind of a lot. I mean, we draw now and we're able to be a lot more aggressive. With a hand like this, I actually am just going to play something like that because we don't need it anymore, you know? This is gonna sound really wonky, but at this point too, we can play 2 1-drops because we want to get the cards from our lives as well as be able to just make tokens. Like, now the other part about this is you are going to be able to mize this deck. Like a Mass Sand right now would be broken. You'd be able to kill all my tokens. 1, 2, yeah, you'd be able to kill either 2 Putines and these, or you'd be able to kill like all my tokens. So a Mass Sand would be devastating. Maybe that should be a thing to play some graveyard hate. But right now, this is actually like kind of an offensive. This is if I were to swing with both of them, you know, you make 2 more tokens, you draw your cards. It would be cool to be able to use this card, but he's not quite there yet. So, you know, we activate Lightning Sentence, or we drop Lightning Sentence, and we make 2 more tokens because we literally just don't need that in hand right now. So we make 2 tokens tapped, and you can see how quickly, like even if I were to get Mass Sand last turn, only 1 of these tokens was left over. So like when you talk about Mass Sand being the bane of this deck, you really kind of have to take that almost with a grain of salt, because yes, it can hurt if played in the right times, but as long as you survive that turn, you can put out so many tokens that it's not even funny. Like, look at this, literally look at this. I still have 2 energy left over, so I'm gonna see all the draws I can do this turn, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 draws I can do this turn. And then this is where, once you start getting your Putines rolling, that's actually where the draw engine comes in from the deck. Like, we're gonna do that and hit for 25 and draw. That's a pan, that's wonderful. We're gonna do it again with the other Putine, take that, get a draw. Another Putine will be devastating right now for my opponent to have to deal with. We are going to swing with our leader, We get another draw, nice super combo. We're gonna put another token into play. That token is immediately gonna get hopscotched. I mean, at any point in the turn, we could have just +1 and gotten rid of this token to then just, you know, draw another card. And see, we could play Demon Realm Fierce Onslaught right here. We don't have to. We've got a little bit of pressure on the board. It's not like it's the greatest amount of pressure, but it's a little bit. We can swing with our Unison and go, hey, you want to stop this 20k? No? Cool. Immediate Spirit Boost. Do that. I believe it says, yep, Spirit Boost costs a 3 or more. Choose on your Unison cards, gains 10k power. So this is now a 30k double strike. And then what more? If we wanted to, we could play this and make it a, you know, more than that. Like, but we're just gonna chill on that. So leave this energy up and do what we need to do. We have 2 more 15k swings just to pressure if they haven't done anything like Sensu Bean or Imposing Presence. And then, you know, when they swing at you, like I said, you were in that same exact space again. We really are. We're in that same exact space. They could swing on these Self-Awakeners. They can swing on my life. They can swing on a bunch of stuff. But if you do swing on anything that's not the leader, we can pan you right here. After panning you, we get into the combo phase, or if you swing on anything that's not the Unison, we pan you, and then we get to the combo phase, and we tribute 2 tokens. Actually, you know what? That's not even the play, because these are combo power unless they mass sand me. So if you swing on my leader, right? If you swing on anything but the Unison, what we immediately do is we pan you in the counter step. In the activate battle step, we play the invasion of the Dark Empire, putting 2 tokens out in rest mode. And after putting the 2 tokens out in rest mode, we activate battle on the Putine and we draw, and then we activate battle on the Putine and we draw. That puts us up to a healthy amount of cards in hand. And yeah, but the thing is, you're very dependent on this Putine going off. If you don't have the Putines, you're gonna be in a really terrible space for drawing. So it's kind of weird. Like, you're gonna need to get this testing going with this deck, but the fact that the strongest interaction I found is holding Power or Realm of the Gods in your hand with the energy up and Putine to be able to go off next turn is kind of frightening, especially since Putine doesn't necessarily have the best protection. She has no protection. So that is how I at least kind of feel running the deck. There was a lot of explanation, a lot of interactions, so I wasn't able to kind of go into a what if I went, you know, first kind of deal. Going first is almost the exact same. You're lower on energy and that always sucks, but going first means that the moment they get their first attack in, you could hit them with the Realm of the Gods, mill 2, play the Putine. But you're essentially looking to open up the Unison, Realm of the Gods, and Putine. If you open up those 3, I think you have a decent start. It's just from there on, that's kind of just how it be. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Like I said, if you like it, just leave a like, comment on it, let me know how it was. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and we will keep making more content for Dragon Ball Super, the card game. Thank you, and I'll see you later.